What's going on, Who Dat Nation? Welcome into our live Q&A. We film this as a part of our weekly Wednesday live shows. We go live every Wednesday around 4:30 Central Time, so subscribe and turn on your noties. And if you guys have questions in between these videos or in between the content, I also post a lot on my social medias. I've been trying to up my social media game, so you can support your boy and you can hit me up on any of the following platforms: X, IG, or TikTok. I'm active on all three of them. Hit your boy up. I'm trying to get to 2,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know what the problem is. I've been having a hard time growing my IG, so help your boy out. The links are in the comments and description of this show. Again, if I miss your question or if you have a question and you weren't a part of the live show, feel free to DM me. I'll love to chop it up with you guys. We're going to start things off with Duke, actually. I like this question. We're going to start off here, Lopez. What should we do with our $30 million in cap space? So in case you guys didn't know, the New Orleans Saints have over $30 million to spend. They are 15th in the National Football League when it comes to available cap space. What I would like the Saints to do is save it and then spend it. So what I mean is don't go and add any splashy free agents now. Don't go sign Keenan Allen yet. Don't go, or I mean you can, but sign them to respectable, like fair contracts that's not going to overspend. Asante Samuel, I like that as an option. Tevin Jenkins is out there as well if you want to guard. Those are all options. But you could also save that money and have it roll over to next year, or you could have it available at, God forbid, the trade deadline. You're 6-2 and you want to go make a splash trade. Maybe you do that. You'll have money to spend. I think it makes more sense to save it right now and then spend it later / let it roll over to next season. No love, Matt. Also, plus, then you can make the Derek Carr cap hit when you inevitably move off of him a little bit easier. Would you draft Tet, Will Johnson, or Jeanty if all available? And would you sign Asante Samuel now? I'm going to bring in my boy Nick Lopez, my producer, my main man, my homie, the guy riding shotgun on the show. Lopez, I want you to start off first. Would you sign Asante Samuel?
I would say I would sign Asante Samuel right now. I think he's a very low risk. I can't say high reward, but like
low risk, medium reward.
Yeah, he can bring something back to the secondary. I know they're kind of struggling right now.
And also the familiarity with Brandon Staley is nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it makes some sense. So, yeah, I'd be down to sign Asante Samuel Jr. right now. But Tet, Will Johnson, Ashton Jeanty, who are you taking?
My heart wants Ashton Jeanty. My head is saying Ashton Jeanty will not be there at 9. Yeah. I am sold Ashton Jeanty will be a Raider.
I am too.
Very, very quickly in the NFL draft. If he's not on the board, who are my other options?
Will Johnson or Tet, yeah.
I think I would have to go Will Johnson, kind of what we were just talking about, Asante Samuel, strengthen that secondary a little bit more. And Tet, I think he is the number 1 receiver in this draft. I'm not the highest on Tet McMillan still.
That's fair. That's fair. So. See, I would go Tet McMillan, but I will also play devil's advocate here. If you do go Will Johnson, think about the trio of Will Johnson, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Alante Taylor. You have a really nice young cornerback group, all invested in the second or first round. Kool-Aid and Alante were second-round picks. Will Johnson would be a first-round pick. That's good players at really, important positions that are young and cheap, and you can develop those guys hopefully over the long term.
And say what you want about Brandon Staley. He wasn't great in Los Angeles as a head coach, but that dude knows how to run a defense.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same thing.
He knows a defense.
I think it's very similar to the Dennis Allen conversation. Hell of a coordinator, not much of a head coach. I think that's totally fair to say. That's just my personal opinion. All right, let's get to the next question. Appreciate your super chat. No love, Matt. Thank you for your $5 donation. If you do send in a super chat or a super thanks, we'll get it on the show. We'll spend a little extra time and break it down a little longer. And it skips the line when it comes to our mailbags. All righty, Clown Goodell. Yeah, this guy stinks. Jags might trade Travon Walker. So I will say this. I have seen that chatter on Twitter. I don't know how much I believe it, but I'll tell you what. If Travon Walker's available, I'm interested in making a call.
I would trade for him in a heartbeat if I were the Saints.
I would too.
A young pass rusher.
Yeah.
It's the Chase Young argument. Young pass rusher, mid to early 20s. I'll take a flyer on it.
Yeah, I mean the fact that this past season, he's coming off a year when he had 10.5 sacks. He had 10 sacks in 2023. He had 61 total tackles, 13 for loss, 15 quarterback hits. I mean, this 2 forced fumbles, that's a guy who's going to change your defense. And I think that he could do some really good things in Brandon Staley's system, especially working with Bo Davis. Could be a nice little move, if you ask me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Great move.
Would y'all trade for Travon Walker? I think I would. It would be probably – you'd have to probably give some good capital up, but I'd be all in on trading for Travon Walker. Alrighty, next question. I want to ask you. We're going to ask you a question. I've been talking a lot. We've been talking for about 5 minutes now. I want you to get in the comment section, Saints fans. Who's a player you would trade for? Not a player you would sign in for agency, not a player you would draft. Who's a player you would trade for? If you get crazy, if you had some fun with it, that's even more better. Yeah, that's great. That's great stuff there, Trez. Way to go there. Yeah, I'm just spitting facts over here. Name a player you want the Saints to go and trade for. It can be a dream target, be unrealistic. I don't really care. Just have some fun with it. My dream, go get me Joe Burrow. That'd be so sick. That'd be so cool, dude. It would be a generational feeding families in the great state of Louisiana. Kyron, would you sign more players in free agency or get more players in the draft? I'm focusing on the draft if I'm the Saints. You have a total of now 9 selections. The Saints got an extra comp pick in the 7th round. So I'm in the camp of you have 6 picks in the top 150. You have 4 picks in the top 100. You got to go and add talent in those top 4 rounds. Those are really, really good draft picks where you can add some high-level players. So I would say go add in the draft to build for the future, but also sign some veterans to kind of fill out the roster and be nice depth pieces like Isaac Yiadom. I think that was a great addition, an underrated signing, very cheap contract, and it's a low-risk, high-reward player. Tony Romo. Is this the real Tony? Oh, boy. I don't know, Jim. I don't know, Jim. If you were to draft Jaxson Dart, what pick would you draft him? Man. Round 2, I like at 40. I'd like Jaxson Dart at 40. I'm not in the camp of draft him in round 1. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Mel Kiper had the Saints taking him at number 9 overall. I think that's very, very early. But I will tell you this, if that's Kellen Moore's guy, then nothing's going to stop him from going to get him. So, Jahmyr Gibbs a couple years ago was the guy for the Lions. None of us are laughing at that anymore. We all think that's a great selection. Alrighty, no love, Matt. Milton for a 4th. Lopez.
No. Simply no.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Like, I never understood the hype. I know he had a couple of good performances in New England.
Dude, he's got a cannon, bro. He's got a cannon.
Zach Wilson, cannon. How's that? Just saying. Just because you can throw the ball really far doesn't make you an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I'll also say this. I would be interested for a 6th or 7th.
Like 6th or 7th, I could talk myself into that.
Fine.
No way.
I'm not. He was what? He was an undrafted free or 6th round pick. He was a late round pick. Yeah. I'm not trading a 4th for a 6th round pick that has 1 game started. Or he didn't even start. He basically started. Drake May played the first series of the game, but I mean, I'll give him credit. He looked better than he did in college. That's great and all, but not trading a
The Bills
4th.
weren't playing for anything either. It was the Bills' backups, basically.
Yeah, I'm trading a 6th or 7th for sure. I will entertain that. Not a 4th. And the asking price right now, from what I understand, is a 3rd.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know what the Patriots think they have over there, but absolutely. I'm not buying that.
Absolutely
there.
Not. Coach Prime, what's going on, Coach? Can we? All right. Coach wants his kid to stay in the black and gold. I'll tell you what. I don't know, man. The more and more I get close to the draft and the more and more I think about it, I don't know if I want Shedeur at 9. But it goes back to the conversation, is that Kellen Moore's guy? If it is, they're going to probably take him. But I just feel like you got to add an offensive weapon in round 1, or add a top-tier cornerback, or add a great edge rusher, somebody on the defensive line maybe. And then in round 2, address the opposite side of the ball. Like, in my perfect draft, I think, hear me out, Lopez.
I'm listening.
Round 1 is a weapon. A Tyler Warren, an Ashton Jeanty, a Tetairoa McMillan, something like that. Round 2, you go get yourself a cornerback or an edge rusher. Round 3, you have 2 picks in there. Have fun. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever you want. Go get Cam Scottaboo. Go get. I don't care. Go get. If you didn't get a tight end, go get Harold Fannin or Mason Taylor. Go get. I just think that Shedeur at 9 is a fine selection. I just am really in the camp of the Saints are trying to win now. Give them a piece that's going to help them win, and give them a piece that they can build, or that they can build their future quarterback around. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm not saying you have to mold your offense or the entire offense around the wide receiver and the weapons, but if you, let's say it's Spencer Rattler, let's say it's Jaxson Dart, let's say it's a guy in a draft next year. you already have all the weapons there. You have the pieces. It just makes his life so much easier as a rookie or as a young player when he does have to start. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and we talked about this before. If you're going to go quarterback at 9, if it's not Cam Ward, I'm also not super high on Cam Ward, but he's the only quarterback in this draft that I am taking at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, I could make the argument second round or later.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Like, I have no interest in going quarterback in round 1 unless it's like Cam Ward, to be totally honest. Round 2, round 3, I'm willing to have a conversation.
That's when I can start talking myself into it.
That's when I can be like, all right, at least we got a good selection in round 1. You had a top 10 pick. We used it on something smart. I can get behind, let's go and get a quarterback. Yeah. I think that's fine. What would you guys do? Lopez and I just had a good conversation about it. Would you draft Shedeur in round 1? Type draft or pass down in the comments section. And really quick, we're going to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor. And it's actually not a sponsor. It's the greatest thing in the whole wide world. It's Saints jerseys. Chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. Use the link in the comments. Use the link in the description. It's available in both of those spots for you. If you need to get yourself a new jersey, if you're in college, Darty season's right around the corner. If you're not in college and you're a grown-up, hey, I know you need some new gear to watch party or to wear at watch party. So if you need to send this link to your mom or dad, send it. It's available for copy and paste in the comments and description. If you want to buy yourself, just click the link. You also can navigate the website on Fanatics to get yourself a hat, a t-shirt, something like that. I know jerseys can be expensive, but if you even click on this link, navigate the website and buy something, it supports the show. So help your boy out. Chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. Get yourself swagged out. Be jamming. Trade Taysom to the Broncos for a 5th-round pick. Look, I know Taysom Hill is going to be a big part of Kellen Moore's offense. Kellen Moore has already said he's very excited to work with Taysom Hill, and I do think that he is a player that the Saints should explore keeping around. He isn't going to be available early in the season. I'll tell you that right now. But if you make him a post-June 1 trade, you only save $277,000 with a dead cap hit of $17.7 million. But if you wait till after June 1st, you save $10 million, but you have $7.9 million cap hit or dead cap hit in 26 and a $9.7 million cap hit in 27 or 25 and 26. A lot of numbers. Point being, financially, it doesn't make sense for the Saints to trade Taysom Hill. I think what they'll end up doing is actually having him take a pay cut. I think he can still be an effective player. The recovery from his injury, from what I understand, is going very, very well. So he should be able to return to full form at some point. When will that be? Probably not until the second half of the season, but I mean, if you can get a 5th, sure, but it doesn't financially make any sense for the Saints to do it. Kevin, you draft Mason Taylor at 71. Depending on the other picks, yeah, I could get down with this. I definitely could get down with this. Lopez, my producer here, he is a graduate and an alum of the great Louisiana State University. You want to give your take on this, brother?
Putting bias aside,
Yep.
Mason Taylor gave us some great memories. Thank you for helping us beat Alabama a couple years ago. But I do think adding someone like Mason Taylor, if you're not going to go after Tyler Warren early in the first round, I think he would be able to add that versatility. Maybe not as much as you're looking for with Tyler Warren, but he showed in college. He's a great pass catcher. He was physical when run blocking. Mm-hmm. I think he would add that versatility. Like I said, not as much as Tyler Warren, but
yeah,
he would fit into a modern-day tight end of a big body receiver, basically.
Well, and I also think he had a good showing at the combine.
Oh, he popped off at the combine.
He popped off. Like, his gauntlet drill was super impressive. He ran damn near a perfect straight line. And on top of that, he also tested really well. I'm a big fan of what he did at LSU. I think he's a great all-around tight end. And at 71, for sure, that's pretty good value there. And on top of that, you also have another third-round pick. You also have 2 fourth-round picks. So you definitely have options there for the tight end. There's a lot of good options. Colston Loveland, Harold Fannin, obviously Tyler Warren. I'm trying to think I'm missing some. Gunnar Helm, that's another one out of Texas. So, there's options, but I really do like Mason Taylor at 71. Boosie, they call me badass. What's going on? Eagles are open to trading Dallas Goedert. Would you do it? Yes, I would. I would. Dallas Goedert is a phenomenal receiving tight end, and there's the clear familiarity between him and Kellen Moore. Time in Philadelphia. He has 1 year left of his contract. You could trade for him and extend him, lower that cap hit, make something happen here. Andrew Schultz, he had the report originally. Goddard is in the final year of his deal. Bryce Huff, he also mentioned, I have no interest in that, so don't even think about it. But I do like the idea of Dallas Goedert. He's a productive player. He's a guy who is reliable when he's on the field. He gashed the Saints. If y'all remember in Week 3, he was the one who put the dagger in New Orleans with that long reception late in the game to set up the Saints or to set up the lead for the Eagles. So, look, I think that it would be a great option. I think he's a great tight end. He would elevate the overall talent level of the offense. So I'm all in on trading for Dallas Goedert. That's the idea that I would definitely be willing to explore. And honestly, I don't feel like you'd have to give up anything too wild. Like, give up one of those 4th-round picks. I feel like that's not terrible. Give up one. Give up the later of the 4th-round picks. I think that's fair. Just don't get fleeced by Howie Roseman. Saints have a bad history of doing that. They have a very bad history of that. Jaden Trains, I will ask you this question. Do you think Mike Thomas will ever play football again? Yes or no? I think no. What do you think? Yeah. So there's that. He is not proven to be able to stay healthy since 2018. That doesn't bode well for him. If the Saints move on from Derek Carr and he signs a very cheap contract, I think that's the only way he returns to the NFL. I don't think any other team is going to sign Michael Thomas. I mean, if you weren't going to sign him last year, why would you sign him this year? So we'll have to see. Another one from Jaden. Would you draft Shedeur Sanders? Yes or no? I would not. Do you think F the Falcons and the Falcons fans? First of all, I agree with you. F the Falcons. I would, but not at 9. Kind of goes back to take earlier. I'd be willing to do it, just not at 9 overall. I just want to add a weapon. And I know that Shedeur Sanders is an offensive player and he's a skill position player and all that, but I want to add somebody to benefit the roster long term that also benefits the roster this year, that helps them win now, but also can help them win in the future. So we'll have to see. It's not that Shedeur can't do that. I think that Tyler Warren, Ashton Jeanty, Will Johnson, I think any of those are Jahdae Barrett. I think any of those are better picks. So we'll have to see what happens. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We had a lot of fun. Had Lopez join the show with me. So first of all, appreciate you, Nick Lopez. We go live every Wednesday. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. For me, for my guy Lopez, y'all stay golden. We will see y'all next time.